我简单的来介绍一下我们今天的讲员重松谦牧师，他是第一次来到台湾。那他在日本东京出生，然后他3岁的时候，他们全家就到了英国伦敦，然后之后又移民到加拿大西岸，然后在温哥华郊区跟4个兄弟姐妹一起长大。他高中毕业之后，就到了伊利诺州的惠顿学院来读气管的经济学，然后之后毕业之后就到我们熟悉的日本索尼工作，然后工作2年之后又到了威登康森特的神学院来进修。他自己还没有清楚自己上帝要呼召他宣教之前，还有做了2年的记者，所以他生活非常丰富。1996年，他有机会到了温哥华，进了宣道会的第10街的教会，担任主任牧师。那这个教会从数千人，那个时候他去之前，突然间剩下几百人。20多年来，目前这个教会已经在温哥华有4个分堂。那这当中，我想有许多的过程是在这几天重松谦牧师会跟大家分享。如同刚才大家看宣传片里面，他说他是一个 7-11 的人，从早上7点钟出门，晚上11点才回家。他形容自己是一个忙疯的人。然后他说他跟上帝的关系从岌岌可危到后来紧紧的连结。我相信整个生命历程跟我们有些类似跟共鸣，所以盼望这几天透过他的分享，让我们可以得到帮助。那我们也谢谢主，让许成的牧师再次来担任今天整个讲座的翻译，他也是不忙碌门徒的译者，所以我相信这几天，请大家为他们2位来祷告，盼望我们在忙碌之余，真的能够从神那里得到一些秘诀，好让我们能够做讨神喜悦的门徒。好，那我们接下来用掌声来欢迎Pastor Ken 还有许成的牧师。
Hen Rosing, Lai Dao Jelly.
很荣幸来到这里。
Yeah.
They thought you were speaking English.
谢谢。I'm very happy to be here.
我非常高兴来到台湾。
I want to thank the folks at Campus Evangelical Fellowship, William Wang, the president, and the whole team, and Daniel and Alice for hosting my time here.
我要特别谢谢王文衍社长以及校园的全体同工特别是玉轩准备这个整个的会。
You know, I'm originally from Japan, but have lived most of my life in Canada.
我生在日本，但是我大部分的时间是在加拿大度过的。
And Japanese people, as you may know, really admire the Taiwanese.
各位也知道日本人是非常的崇拜台湾人吗？
And some of our best friends in Canada are from Taiwan. You're very special and beautiful people.
我在加拿大很多的好朋友也是来自台湾。
I was raised primarily in Canada and the United States in North America.
我主要是在北美的加拿大跟美国环境长大的。
But I was born in Tokyo,
但我是
Japan.
在东京出生。
And I ended up marrying a woman from Japan.
我也娶了一位来自日本的太太。
So I'm back in Japan most years.
所以我常常回到日本。
And when I'm back in Japan, I sometimes wonder what my life would have been like if we hadn't moved away when I was so young.
有的时候我回日本的时候呢，我在想说，如果我小时候没有离开日本，我的生活会是一个什么样的生活呢？
If I had grown up in Japan, there would have been great pressure on me to get admitted into the right preschool.
我想如果我留在日本的话呢，我会有一个很大的压力，我要进到一个非常好的幼稚园、小学。
And then great pressure for me to pass the exam to get accepted into the right kindergarten.
还没有到小学，托儿所，然后呢，要很大的压力呢，要进到好的幼儿园。
And eventually great pressure, of course, to get accepted into the right university and to be picked up by the right company.
然后呢，我有很大的压力，要进到好的大学，最后要进到好的公司。
And so sometimes when I'm in Japan, I think to myself, thank God I wasn't raised here in such a relentless, high-pressured rat race.
有的时候我在日本的时候呢，我就说感谢上帝，我没有在这样一个疯狂追逐的一个社会当中长大。
But even living in Canada,
其实甚至在加拿大，
which is a more relaxed country,
看起来是比较轻松的，
I still felt a lot of pressure.
我还是感到很多的压力。
Pressure to achieve when I was younger in school,
在我年轻的时候念书的时候呢，我要好好的有成就
in sports,
特别在运动上，
when I worked in the corporate world,
或者是在公司工作的时候，
and even as a pastor.
甚至当牧师的时候。
Now, ambition is a wonderful thing.
其实呢，野心、企图心并不是一个坏事。
But if you feel like you need to achieve something in order to prove that you are enough,
但是如果你想要借着成就一件事情来证明自己的话，
then life can really feel like a burden.
那这样的话呢，生命会成为一个重担。
And if you've ever felt the pressure to achieve
所以你如果有这样想要成就的压力，
in school, at work,
不论是在学校，不论是在职场，
in a relationship,
或者是在人际关系上，
or in some other sphere of life,
或者在人生的其他境遇中，
then Jesus has some very good news for you this morning.
那耶稣呢，在今天早上给你一个很好的消息。
In the Gospel of Matthew, he says these words.
在马太福音中，他这么说，
He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened,
他说，我们这里有一个
and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light."
这里有一个特别的中文标准译本的翻译，所有劳苦和背负重担的人呐，到我这里来吧，我将使你们得到安息。你们当负起我的轭，向我学，因为我心柔和谦卑。这样你们要知道，我的轭是容易负的，我的担子是轻省的。
So if you feel tired or burdened in any way today, this invitation is for you.
所以，如果你今天真的觉得有重担，你觉得很劳累，这个耶稣的邀请是为你而邀的。
Jesus says, "Come to me,
耶稣说：“来。”
and I will give you rest."
他说：“我要使你们得到安息。
How so?
如何？
He says, "By taking my yoke upon you."
是借着负起耶稣的轭。
Now, what does Jesus mean by yoke?
那耶稣说轭的时候是什么意思呢？
By yoke, he is referring to a wooden bar that is placed across the back of the neck of an ox.
所谓的轭呢，这里有一个实物，就是一个木头板子，是放在动物的后肩上，
enabling it to more easily pull a heavy load.
这样的话呢，动物呢可以更容易的扛东西。
And so here Jesus is comparing you and me to an ox.
所以呢，在这里其实耶稣呢是将你我比喻作一只牛。
It's not a very flattering comparison.
这并不是一个看起来听起来很动听的一个比喻。
Now, if you're from Taiwan, maybe you prefer to be compared to a Formosa monkey. That's your national animal, right? Or is it?
我们的
What's your national animal? There's no national animal? Okay, I thought it was.
Okay.
Okay. For in Canada, do you know what our Canadian national animal is?
各位知道加拿大的这个代表动物是什么吗？
So Winnie lived in Canada. She's saying a moose. It's a very good guess. It's actually a beaver. Do you know what a
是
beaver?
水濑。水濑是加拿大的代表性动物啊。水獭。
Thank you for your help. So,
Thank you for your help.
but Jesus does not compare us to a monkey or a beaver. He compares us to an ox.
但是呢，耶稣并没有用这些动物做比喻，他把我们比喻作一只牛。
Now it's not very complimentary, but it's appropriate.
听起来不是太动听，但是呢，它是非常合宜的一个比照。
Because like an ox, we feel burdened down by all kinds of weights.
因为呢，我们就像一只牛一样，我们呢受很多的重担所压。
Now, when Jesus' first hearers heard him speak about this message,
所以，当耶稣的第一批听众听到他这么说的时候，
they would have felt burdened by whether they would have enough money to feed their families.
他们感到的压力是，他们需要钱来喂饱他们的家人，
They were living in a very poor farming economy.
因为他们是在一个非常贫穷的农业社会。
Parents in the first century would have worried about the health of their children.
初世纪的父母也担心他们孩子的健康，
In a world where most newborns did not live to see their 20th birthday.
因为大部分的小孩子呢，他们很少会活到20岁。
And we too can have concerns about money.
我们自己也有金钱上的焦虑。
or about the health or the well-being of our loved ones.
或者是我们心爱的人的健康的问题。
But we also have a burden that people in the first century would not have felt as heavily.
但是呢，我们也有一个重担呢，是初世纪的人所没有的。
We can feel anxious as we wonder whether we have accomplished enough, whether we are enough.
我们呢有一个焦虑呢，就是我们是否有足够的成就来证明我这个人是一个什么样的人。
And this burden would not have been felt as heavily by people in Jesus' day.
在耶稣时代的人呢，可能不会有这么大的压力在这方面。
Because in Jesus' day, most people's station in life was determined by the family they were born into and their social circumstances.
因为大部分的家庭呢，就按照他所出生的家庭已经决定了他的未来是一个什么样的未来。
But in a place like Taipei,
但像台北这样的地方呢，
we can climb.
我们可以一直往社会阶梯爬。
We can rise through education.
我们借着教育，
We can rise professionally.
我们在职场上，
We can rise socially.
我们在社会地位上。
But what if in this kind of society we don't become really successful?
那如果在这样的一个社会，我们如果是一个不成功的人呢？
We can feel like we're a failure.
我们觉得我们是一个失败者。
So if you have ever felt the pressure to succeed and to be enough,
所以，如果你有这个压力，想要成功，想要做一个在这个社会上做一个足够的人，
this invitation is for you.
这个邀请是给你的。
He says, "Come to me,
他说：“来，
all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest."
你们所有劳苦和背负重担的人，我会给你们安息。
How so?
如何得到？
He says, by taking my yoke and placing it on your shoulders.
他是背上耶稣的轭到我们的肩头上。
Some of you are saying, for me to rest, I don't need a wooden yoke.
但是我休息的话，我为什么需要弄一个轭在我的肩膀上呢？
I need a massage.
我需要按摩，
Or I needed an all-expense paid vacation to Hawaii.
我需要一个所有钱都已经帮我付好的去夏威夷的一趟旅行。
But Jesus says, no, you need to wear my yoke.
耶稣说：“不是的，你需要背负我的轭。”
Why is that?
为什么呢？
It's because Jesus knows that we're wearing the wrong yokes.
因为耶稣知道我们背负的轭是一个错的轭，
Yokes that don't fit us very well.
一个不太适合我们的轭。
Yokes that weigh us down.
这个轭呢，会让我们越背越
And
压紧。
some of the heaviest yokes of all are the yokes of people's expectations.
最重的轭是别人对我们的期望，
And maybe the heaviest yoke of all is the yoke of our own self-expectation.
或者一个最重的轭呢，是我们对自己的期许。
And we can get trapped into an if-then kind of thinking.
所以呢，我们可以落在一个思考的陷阱，就是如果怎么样怎么样，我们就会怎么样怎么
We
样。
can think, if only when we were younger, if only I can get accepted into the right school, then I'll feel better about myself.
如果我再年轻一次，我进到一个好的学校，或许我会变成一个更好的人。
Or if only I can get hired by the right organization or company, then I will feel okay about me.
如果呢，我会进到一个好的公司，或许我对自我的感觉会更好。
Or if only I can buy an apartment or a house, I'll feel like an adult.
如果呢，我能买到一个好的住的房子，或许呢，我会感觉更好。
But Sean Achor, a psychologist who teaches at Harvard,
但是呢，在哈佛教书的一位心理学者
points out that this if-then kind of thinking cannot be supported by science.
但是呢，他用科学证明呢，我们的这种如果然后的这种心态呢，是不足以成立的。
Because every time we achieve a goal, our brain moves the goalpost as to what success looks like.
Say again.
So every time we achieve a goal, our brain moves the
Okay.
the target of what success looks like.
OK， 所以我们每次成就一件事情的时候呢，我们就往目标的那个成功的目标再走一步。
So, for example, if your goal is to get accepted to a certain school,
比方说，你的目标是进到一个你想去的大学，
and you get accepted,
然后你进去了，
then your brain moves the target. Now the goal changes. It becomes, now I need to get good grades.
然后呢，你脑袋的目标呢会再移动到另外下一个目标，你要拿到好的分数。
If your goal is to get hired by a certain company,
如果你的目标呢是被一个好的公司雇佣，
and you get hired,
然后呢你被雇佣了，
now the goal changes.
然后呢你脑里的目标又改了，
Now you have to stand out in the company.
然后呢你要在这个公司当中出类拔萃。
If your goal is to buy a house,
如果你的目标是买一个房子，
and amazingly you're able to buy a house,
很奇妙的，你买到了，
now you want a bigger house
但是呢，你现在想要买一个
or a
更
house
大
in
的
a better
房子，
neighborhood.
然后呢，在一个更好的区域里面，
Our sense of being good enough is not something that we achieve, it's something that we receive.
但是呢，我们觉得我们要足够好呢，不是借着我们的成就、我们的所拥有的来达到的。
It's not something that we can create for ourselves, it's something that is conferred upon us by another.
其实不是我们自己所创造的，而是呢另外一个他者所给予我们的。
Have any of you by chance seen the movie Cool Runnings? Do you know that movie? Do you know the
你
movie?
们知道这个电影的中文名字吗？
The movie Cool Runnings is based on a true story
这个电影呢，它是根据一个真实的故事，
of Jamaica attempting to field their first bobsledding team. I think we've got a photo of it. An image. Yeah. This is Jamaica attempting to field their first bobsledding team at the Winter Olympic Games in Calgary in 1988.
各位记得这很久以前有一个电影，就讲说牙买加这个热带国家，他们第一个参加冬奥滑雪橇的一个选手的故事，
And in
看过吗？
In
没有，
one scene in the movie, the coach of the Jamaican bobsledding team, who has won 2 gold medals,
但是呢，这个教练呢，他得过2枚奖牌，
walks into a room
然后他走到一个房间，
and he sees that his star bobsledder Darius is carefully studying the bobsled course.
然后呢，看到他们仔细的看这个滑雪的道，
And Darius feels a great deal of pressure
所以呢，他们就有一个很大的压力，
because he feels that if he can only win a gold medal, people will finally respect him. People will finally see him as successful.
想说呢，我们如果可以得到一个金牌呢，我就会得到大家的认可。
And the coach who's won 2 gold medals sees all this pressure on his player,
所以这位得到2枚奖牌的教练呢，他看到这些选手的压力，
and this is what he says.
他说，
Darius, winning a gold medal is a wonderful thing.
他跟他这个选手说，拿金牌是非常好的一件事，
But if you're not enough without the gold medal, you won't be enough with it.
但是 say that again，
If you're not enough without the gold medal, you won't be enough with the gold medal.
如果你觉得你没有金牌不够好的话呢，那你就没有资格拿到这个金牌。各位这样听得懂吗？
Makes sense, yeah. And I actually know someone who's won 2 gold medals
我个人认识一位拿过2枚奖牌的人，
in track and field,
在田径上，
in the decathlon.
在那个
And he told me that it was nice to win a gold medal,
这位田径选手说呢，拿奖牌是一个很棒的事情，
but the gold medal did not give him a sense that he was enough.
但是呢，金牌并没有让他说，并没有给他我够好的这种感觉。
It was just a medallion, just a piece of metal.
到后来，这只不过是一枚奖牌而已。
And if we're not enough without whatever the gold medal represents to us,
如果我们觉得没有奖牌，我们就不够好，我们就不足以达到我们心目中的那个标准的话，
we won't be enough with that thing.
那呢，我们就算是有金牌，我们也不足以达到那个境地。
Jesus says, if you feel tired and burdened, come to me and I'll give you rest.
所以耶稣说，如果你感到劳苦，你来到这里，我给你安息。
How so? By placing my yoke upon you.
如何呢？把耶稣的轭摆到我们的肩膀上。
What does yoke mean? What does it refer to in Jesus' words?
在耶稣的时代，轭是指什么呢？
It's not immediately clear in the verse.
在这一节里面不是太清楚。
But if you go back a little bit in that same passage,
但是我们如果再回到这些经文，
you'll see that Jesus is celebrating the fact that his Father in heaven loves him.
但是呢，在这个脉络当中呢，这个脉络是说呢，耶稣呢，他是在欢庆他天父呢是爱他的。
He says, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth,
在前面他说：“天上的主啊，我感谢你，
that you have revealed your wisdom not so much to the best and the brightest, but to children and to those who come to you with the humility of a child.
因为呢，你没有把智慧显给那些聪明的人，而是显给那些愿意带着谦卑的心来到你面前的人。”
So Jesus is rejoicing in his Father's great love for him.
所以呢，在这个脉络当中呢，耶稣呢是在为着天父喜爱他而喜乐。
And when Jesus says, I want you to wear my yoke,
所以当耶稣说我希望你负我的轭的时候，
what is he referring to?
他是指的什么呢？
He's referring to the yoke that he himself wore.
是他自己所负的轭。
which was the yoke of his father's perfect love for him.
这个軛是什么呢？是天父对他完全的爱，这样的一个軛。
And so when Jesus says, I want you to wear my yoke,
所以当耶稣说我希望你背上
Jesus
我
is
的
saying,
軛，
I want you to wear the yoke of my father's unique love for you.
他的意思是说呢，我希望你也带上天父对你完全的爱。
And when you wear the yoke of the father's unique love for you,
当你背负上天父对你的那个独特的爱的軛的时候，
you will move through the world in a very different way.
你会进到一个完全不一样的世界当中。
I know this sounds very simple,
听起来很简单，
but it can change our life.
但是其实呢，这个是可以改变你的人生的。
So let me give a personal example.
给你举一个个人的例子。
So some years ago, I was back in Japan,
几年前我回到日本，
and I was single at the time, and I was meeting with a friend who was going through a personal problem.
那个时候呢，我单身，我的朋友呢，他有一些个人问题。
And partway through our conversation, he mentioned the name of one of his friends from his university days named Sakiko.
所以呢，他在他谈话的时候呢，他提到一个他朋友的名字 Sakiko，
Yeah, that's right.
早基子。
Yeah. And we were being very honest, and I said, I've always liked her.
所以我就说呢，其实呢，我一直很喜欢早基子。
And he said, well, you should phone her.
然后他说你应该打电话给他。
I said, I'm not here to socialize.
他说我来不是搞社交的。
And he took his phone,
他就拿起电话来
and，he called her up.
他马上打电
He
话
said,
给
here,
早
you
基
should talk
子
to。her.
来，你应该，
I said, I'm not ready to talk. I don't know what to say.
他说我还没准备好要跟他说什么。
But the phone was ringing, and so I'm like, hello.
然后呢，但是电话已经接起来了，没办法了。
I said, this is Ken.
他说我是谦。
She said, are you the guy who went to Berkeley?
他说你是那个去伯克莱念书的那个重松谦吗？
I said, no, that was Jeff. That was someone else.
他说不是，我不是那个去伯克莱念书的。
So she didn't remember me at all. So
所以呢，早基子其实呢并不记得我。
and I said, do you want to go out for coffee tomorrow?
然后呢，我就说你要不要去喝杯咖啡啊？明天早上。
She said, no, I'm very busy.
他说对不起，我很忙。
I said, I don't know what came over me, but I said, I don't know what your plans are, but can you change your plans?
但是呢，我不晓得为什么，我想说，你可以改变你的计划吗？
Now, Japanese people, I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but have a hard time saying no.
其实呢，那个时候我忘记了，其实日本人是很难说不的。
So the cultural norms were working in my favor.
所以呢，那个文化氛围是站在我的这边的。
So she had to say yes.
所以他只好答应我改变他的计划。
We went out for coffee.
所以我们就一起喝咖啡。
It did not go very well,
但是呢，那并不是太顺利。
but we did get married.
但最后我们还是结婚了。
Not right away, but
当然不
eventually.
是马上。
Now, the point of the story is not that, but you wouldn't know this about me.
那重点是说呢，你不会知道我这一点。
But I am very afraid, I am terrified of rejection,
但是呢，我讲这故事的重点是呢，其实呢，我很怕被拒绝，
especially in a romantic situation.
特别是在异性关系上。
And so as I look back,
但是，所以当我回顾的时候，
I ask myself, how was it that I was able to put myself out for potential rejection and pain in my heart?
当时我是怎么鼓起勇气冒着自己可能会被弃绝的痛苦来发出那样的一个请求呢
And I think the part of the answer is that I was learning to wear the yoke of the Father's love on my shoulders.
我想主要的一个原因呢，是那个时候我正在学习来背负天父完全的爱这个軛在我的身上。
And when you know that you're loved by the one who matters most,
当你如果知道最重要的一个人爱你的话，
you're a little less afraid of rejection.
所以呢，你就比较不太惧怕被拒绝，
You're a little less afraid of failure.
你就不太惧怕失败。
When you really know that you're loved by God,
如果你真正知道上帝爱你，
you can walk through the world with a bit more confidence and boldness.
你可以带着一点更多的信心、更多的勇气走进这个世界。
And so I've recently, with Daniel's help, this great translator, we've collaborated on a book. In English, it's called God in My Everything.
所以呢，最近呢，我们就校园跟重松牧师合作出版了中文书，叫《不忙碌的门徒》。
And it's a book that helps us live, especially if we're busy people, with a sense that we're very much loved by God.
所以呢，我们就是呢，要这个 这本书呢，就是给那些非常忙碌的人来学习我们如何的感受到上帝的爱。
And so I write about certain practices that help us understand how deeply we're loved by God.
所以呢，这里面有一些属灵操练，是帮助我们来体会我们是如何的可以深深的知道上帝是爱我们的。
I'm a very easily distracted person.
我是一个很容易分心的人，
So at any given time, I can feel like there are 133 chimpanzees jumping around in my head.
所以呢，我的脑袋里呢，可以说有那个100多只猴子一直在那边跑来跑去的。
So at some point in the morning, I simply take some time to sit and breathe deeply.
所以呢，对我来说呢，有的时候呢，早上呢，我就是要好好的坐着，
I breathe in deeply through my nose
然后我就深深的从鼻子里吸气，
and breathe out slowly.
然后吐气，
Breathe in deeply,
深深的吸气，
breathe out slowly.
慢慢的吐气。
And then I start to wonder, how much time has gone by?
然后我想说，过了多久了？
So I reach for my phone,
我就拿起我的手机，
not to check my messages, but to open up a free app called Centering Prayer.
然后呢，那里呢有一个免费软体是叫中心祷告。
And there's a timer on here, and I might set it for, say, 20 minutes.
我在那里呢设定，比方说20分钟的时间，
And so I continue to breathe deeply, not thinking about the time.
然后我就不考虑时间，我就继续的深呼吸，
And the bell sounds
然后有这个钟声，
as though a church bell was calling me to pray.
就好像一个教堂的钟声来呼吁我来祷告。
I continue to breathe deeply,
我继续的深呼吸，
in through my nose,
用鼻子呼吸，
breathe out slowly.
然后再吐气，慢慢的
Breathe in deeply,
深呼吸，
breathe out slowly.
慢慢的吐气。
And then I start to think of all the things I ought to be doing in my to-do list.
然后呢，我就开始想说，哎呦，我今天早上有很多的事要做，
So I may reach for my Bible,
所以呢，我可能就这样的话呢，我就去拿我的圣经，
or simply draw on a verse that I'm familiar with. And every time my mind wanders,
每次呢，我要分心的时候呢，我就来在圣经当中找一节经文，
I repeat the phrase to myself, be still and know that I am God. So every time my mind wanders, I repeat the phrase, be still.
No, I'm just checking if it's on
it's
the
not
screen.
Sorry.
所以呢，我就会特别是像找到诗篇的说，你们要以赛亚书吗？你们要安静，知道我是神。诗篇
Yeah, right. And sometimes when I'm breathing deeply,
有的时候，当我这样深呼吸的时候，
I feel like I'm in a beautiful space.
我觉得我是在一个非常美丽的空间当中。
I live in Vancouver near the water.
我是在温哥华靠水近的一个地方居住。
Yeah, I like to kayak.
我喜欢划船。
I like to sail. I don't own a sailboat, but I like to sail.
我喜欢航海划帆船，虽然我自己没有一艘船。
And sometimes when I'm sitting in God's presence,
所以有的时候我在上帝的同在的时候，
I feel like I'm in a beautiful place in nature being upheld by God.
我觉得我是在一个上帝紧紧的拖住我的一个美丽的地方，像温哥华的海边一样。
At other times when I'm sitting in God's presence,
每次我坐在上帝的同在的时候
I feel anxiety rising up in my heart.
，You feel anxiety?
Anxiety, yeah.
我会感到一种焦虑从我的心中升起，
Or maybe a painful memory,
或者有那个痛苦的回忆会涌现
or，feeling of anger.
或者怒气。
And I lift them up to God in prayer,
那我就把这些情绪呢都交给神，
and I feel lighter and
然后
freer.
当我交给神的时候呢，我会感觉到比较轻省。
So meditation
所以默想
is a way that I wear the yoke of the Father's love on my shoulder.
所以借着默想，我学习如何的背负天父的完全的爱这个恶。
And in our book, there's a chapter on meditating on how to meditate on Scripture.
所以呢，在不忙碌的门徒当中，有一章节是特別是借着上帝的話語來默想。
In the evening,
晚上呢，
I told you I was easily distracted. I'm going to look for my phone. I open up an app
我有另外一個軟體
called Reimagining the Examen.
就是省察、檢視。
And I pray a 500-year-old prayer
我呢禱告一個有500年歷史的一個禱文，
called the Prayer of Examen.
叫做省察禱告。
introduced by Saint Ignatius of Loyola.
是罗耀拉伊纳爵所写的祷告。
And this prayer invites me to look back over the day
所以呢，这个祷告呢，就帮助我可以回顾今天，
and to think about 2 or 3 things that felt like a gift.
再呢想出了2、3件东西呢，是特别你感觉到是上帝的恩赐。
If I were to do that right now, and if I were to think back over the last 24 hours,
所以我如果回想过去的24小时，
I would think about how thankful I was to go to Yangming Park, National Park yesterday with some of the members of the campus team like Artha, Cynthia, and Carlos. So it's very beautiful.
我呢会非常的感恩。我昨天有机会，各位听到我吗？我很感恩，昨天呢，我有机会跟校园同工一起到阳明山。
I would think about the nice run that I went on this morning at Diane Park. You know, Diane Park, I went on a sort of a run.
然后我呢很感恩，今天早上我有机会去大安森林公园跑步。
So nice and warm here, so cold in Canada.
因为加拿大现在还挺凉的，所以台北非常的温暖。
And I'm really happy to be with you too.
另外，我非常的高兴今天可以跟大家在一起。
Now, this sounds very simple,
听起来简单，
but if you spend 4 minutes a day thinking of 2 or 3 things that felt like a gift from God,
如果你每天花4分钟的时间，你想到一些上帝给你的礼物、恩赐的话，
it will change the way you experience life.
我觉得这会改变你面对生命的态度。
One of my colleagues has been in the market for an Austin Mini Cooper. I saw one yesterday at the Chinese Cultural University. You know what an Austin Mini Cooper is? Do you know what that is? Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's a,
Is that a company?
it's a car.
Oh yes,
Austin Mini Cooper?
yes, he works for the company.
No, she wants to buy. She wanted to buy a car.
OK， 就是那个小小的像金龟车那个叫
You
什
know
么
what that? You know what an Austin Mini Cooper is? Yeah, yeah.
就叫奥斯汀吗
Yeah.
？Mini Cooper，
Mini Cooper.
就叫 Mini Cooper。
So she's been thinking about buying one. So whenever she's in Vancouver, she notices them everywhere.
所以呢，she or he
She.
OK， 这位女士呢，她想买一个 Mini Cooper， 所以当她开始想买的时候呢，她在温哥华只要看到车，她就看到 Mini Cooper。
Yeah. Yeah. So have you ever been in the market for a new car or some new running shoes?
你有这样的经历吗？你想买一双鞋或者买一车的时候，
And you just started noticing them everywhere,
然
right?
后呢，你发现到处都是你想买的那
It's not
双
like
鞋
there
那
were
个
more of
车，
those cars or more of those running shoes.
所以呢，好像这都是那个车，都是那个鞋子，
It's just that it seemed like there were more because you were thinking about it.
是因为你想的关系，所以你觉得好多那种鞋那种车。
And if you make it a practice to thank God for 2 or 3 things each day, it will start to seem like there are more good things in your life.
但是呢，你如果操练每天学习为2、3件事情感恩的话呢，你会发现生命当中有更多值得感谢的事。
Even if that's not true, it'll seem that way. And when you associate those good gifts with God's love for you,
有的时候，甚至在你生命当中，你实际上找不到的时候，但你想到这位爱的上帝给你的恩赐的时候，
you wear more of the yoke of the Father's love on your shoulder.
你就会更背负天父完全的爱这个恶。
And then a third practice that I engage in
第3个操练
is Sabbath.
安息。
Now, Sabbath ideally is a 24-hour period of time where you don't work and don't do anything related to your work.
安息最理想的是24小时当中呢，你什么工作都不做。
It sounds easy, but it's very hard to stop emailing for even 24 hours, right? Or texting, right?
听起来
Work
简
for
单，
them,
但
right? It's
是
very hard.
24小时当中不收 email 是一个很难的事吧？
But as we'll talk about more later, part of the gift of Sabbath is that it reminds us that we have value not because of what we produce in work, but because we're a beloved son or daughter of God.
我想安息日的一个很宝贵的功课呢，是呢再次的告诉我们，我们的价值不是在于我们做什么，而是我们是上帝的爱子爱女。
We have a 10-year-old son named Joey.
我有一个10岁的儿子，
He's not very productive.
他呢不会做太多的事情，
He likes to play with his toys. He does not like cleaning up.
他只喜欢玩玩具，他不喜欢清洁，
He doesn't earn any money for our family.
他没有为我们的家赚任何的钱，
He loves money.
他喜欢钱。
At his birthday party, he opened up a card from his classmate.
他呢，有一次生日的时候呢，他打开一个朋友给他的卡片，
And a cash bill just sort of floated out of the
然
card.
后突然掉出现钞。
And Joey looked at his classmate
我的儿子看他同学，
and said, "Thank you.
谢谢你，
I love cash."
我喜欢现金。
And then Joey's kind of, I was a very bad kid. I was getting into trouble at school. My son is sort of, he can sometimes be bad at school, so sometimes he's asked to leave the classroom. do you know that? He's kind of kicked out of class.
Yeah. You were?
I wasn't, he
Okay.
is. So he is. I'm talking about him.
Oh, you're talking about him.
Yeah, but I was the same way. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
所以呢，其实呢，Joey was the same way.
Yeah, he is the same way.
OK，因为我的孩子呢，有的时候呢，就像我一样，我小时候也不乖。那我的孩子呢，在北美有的时候呢，你不乖的话，你会被请出教室的。那我的儿子也被请出过。
Yeah. He's doing a little better now, but
现在有比较好啦。
But the point is, we don't love our son because he's productive.
我的重点是说呢，我爱我们的儿子，不是因为他有什么生产力。
We don't love him because he earns money for our family.
我们爱我们的儿子，不是因为他替家里赚钱。
We don't love him because he's doing well at school or not so well at school.
我爱我们的儿子，不是因为他在学校的成绩好或不好。
Love him just because he's breathing and he's alive.
我们爱他，就是因为他在呼吸，他是一个属于我们的生命。
And when we take Sabbath, we're reminded that we're loved not because of what we do or what we produce. We're loved just because we're alive.
当我们守安息的时候呢，我们再次的发现，我们之所以价值是在于我们的所事，不是在于我们的所做。
Because we are beloved daughters and sons of God.
因为我们是神的爱子，我们是神的爱女。
Sabbath is a way to wear the yoke of the Father's love on our shoulders.
安息日是一种方式，可以来将天父完全的爱带在我们的身上。
And so in the book God in My Everything, I list a number of different practices that help us feel loved by God.
所以呢，我在这本书当中，我有列出来一些方式，让我们来体会上帝如何的爱我们。
And we have some copies afterwards. I'm glad to sign them for you or your friends.
当然我们下午的时候会有签书会。
I receive no money from any book sales personally.
但是呢，我再次跟各位声明，版税呢不会进到我的个人账户里面。
All the royalty monies that would come to me go to missions.
所有的版税呢会进到宣教机构。
Like World Vision that work with vulnerable children.
像展望会来帮助贫穷的儿童。
So I'm thankful that we were able to give away $300,000 from worldwide sales to help missions that work with orphans in Cambodia.
US 300?
Yeah, it was Canadian 300,000. Yes.
所以呢，我很高兴呢，我借着我全世界的这个书的销售量呢，我们可以呢捐助了30万加币给展望会来帮助这些有需要的孩子。
When I first became a pastor,
当我开始做牧师的时候
I was making $200 a month.
我呢月薪$200一个月。
I couldn't afford to buy any books.
我呢没有钱买书。
So I go to the bookstore and just read on my Sabbath day at the bookstore.
所以安息日呢，我就到书店去看书。
And when I was done, I would put a piece of paper in the book.
当我读到哪个阶段的时候呢，我偷偷的放一张纸条放回书架。
And I pray, God, don't let anyone buy the book.
然后向神祷告说，不要有人买这个我放了书的、放了夹页的那个。下次呢，我可以从下个进度再继续读。
Come back the next week on my Sabbath. And,
所以下个安息日呢，希望那本书呢没有被买呢，我回去继续读。
So if you can't afford a book, I have a little bit of Taiwanese money.
如果你买不起书，我这里
I'll be glad to buy you books.
有2000台币，你买不起，我等一下帮你买本《不忙碌的门徒》。真的，我是说真的。
But let me close with this story.
我最后我用一个故事来做结束。
When I was making the transition from the corporate world to the world of Christian ministry,
当我从企业界转换到这个基督教服事的时候。
I enrolled in something called the Arrow Leadership Program.
我进到一个所谓叫做箭矢一个箭头这个名称的这样的一个课程。
To help younger leaders develop as Christian pastors.
这个课程呢是帮助一些年轻的领袖成长。
It was founded by my mentor Leighton Ford, who is the brother-in-law of the late Billy Graham.
各位如果看到书的话，他有提到是雷腾福特。是重松谦牧师的心灵导师所成立的一个机构。
And when the 25 of us in the class gathered for the first time,
所以呢，这个课程当中呢有25个学员。
Someone later said that we were like fighter pilots in the movie Top Gun. Do you know the movie Top Gun?
中文叫什么？ 汤姆·库鲁斯的那个啊，捍卫战士，捍卫战士。他后来呢，我们回想那个课程呢，我们觉得我们是捍卫战士的那一群飞行员。
We were all sort of competing as rivals.
我们常常好像是彼此正
Like
经，
fighter
彼此
pilots, yeah.
呀。
And I was the youngest person in the class.
然后学员当中我是最年轻的。
I was like the least accomplished in terms of Christian ministry.
然后呢，在事工方面，我也是一个事工经历最少的一
And
个
I was
人。
feeling very insecure
所以呢，我的不安全感又出来了。
and very desperate to impress the founder, Leighton Ford.
所以呢，我就很想呢，让这个雷腾福特呢对我有好印象。
And one time in class, I raised my hand high.
所以有一次上课的时候呢，我举起我的手，
And I was able to summarize an obscure book written by an MIT professor.
所以呢，我呢就特别的引用了麻省理工学院一个教授所写的一本非常不知名的书
I。was really desperate to try to impress the leader.
我只是让那个雷腾福特觉得哇，我好有学问啊。
But here's what I discovered.
但是呢，我发现什么呢？
As a young pastor, I stumbled and fell.
但是呢，其实呢，我身为一个年轻的牧师呢，我这么做呢，其实是绊倒自己。
I got into a conflict with someone I was working with because of my own immaturity.
然后呢，我常常呢，因为我自己的不成熟，我跟人家起冲突。
I was in a dating relationship where we were struggling to maintain certain appropriate boundaries.
而且那个时候呢，我也是在跟女朋友约会，我们也在设定那个约会的这个界限。
And here's what I found out.
然后呢，我发现
That Leighton Ford's acceptance of me was not dependent on my performance
但是我发现呢，雷腾福特他接纳我呢，不是因为我的表现有多好，
or my ability to contribute to his organization.
或是我对他的机构有什么贡献。
He just loved me for no apparent reason.
他呢，就是不为什么呢，就是这样单纯的喜欢我。
Now, 20 or 25 years later,
然后呢，25年之后，
I feel more comfortable in my skin in Leighton's presence than ever before. We're now good friends.
现在呢，我们是很好的朋友。我在雷腾福特前面呢，我会感到非常的自在。
He just texted me and said, God bless Taiwan.
雷腾福特刚刚发了一个简讯给他说：“愿上帝祝福台湾。”
But just because he accepts me, it's not that I no longer want to make something out of my life and ministry in part to honor his investment in me.
当然了，我不为什么当然我还是会希望我的事工上有一些成果，以便就是可以回报他当初训练我的这份心意。
But it doesn't come out of an anxious and desperate need to be accepted.
但不是因为我想要被他接纳，然后呢急切的想要证明什么而做我的事工。
I want to do my best, but out of a place of inner rest and gratitude that comes from knowing that he already accepts and loves me.
我是从一个知道雷腾福特已经爱我的这样一个起点开始来做我的事工。
And this is what I want for you
这个也是我希望各位所拥有的，
in your life
在你的生命当中，
and also in your relationship with God.
在你跟上帝的关系当中，
I want you to offer your very best,
我希望你可以真正的献出你最好的，
but not out of an anxious need to be accepted,
但不是因为你焦虑的想要被人接纳，
but out of a place of inner rest and gratitude.
而是因为发自于你深处的那个最深的感激而努力。
That comes from knowing that you are already accepted by the very one who matters most.
因为呢，你知道呢，那位生命当中最重要的上帝呢，已经爱你的那个中心启发。
Let's pray together.
让我们一起祷告。
Jesus says to you these words,
耶稣这么说：
Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened,
你们这些劳苦担重担的人，可以来到我这里来，
and I will give you rest.
我要使你们得到安息。
So if you feel burdened or weary in any way, this invitation is for you.
所以，如果你觉得劳苦担重担，这个邀请是为你而发的。
And if you want, you can say, Jesus, please place the yoke of your Father's perfect love for me on my shoulders.
你可以发出祷告说：“主啊，愿天父完全的爱这个恶放在我的身上。”
It's a yoke that will not weigh you down, but it's a yoke that will lift you up.
这个恶不是会把你压下去，这个恶是会让你抬起来。
It's a yoke that will not make you feel heavier, but lighter.
这个恶不是会让你觉得更重，这个恶是会让你觉得更轻省。
It's a yoke that will lift you up and free you.
这个軛是会让你自由，这个軛是会让你翱翔。
It's the yoke of your Father's perfect and unique love for you.
这个軛是天父对你独特的爱的一个軛。
So may you live under the yoke of your Father's perfect love for you.
以至于我们可以在天父的独特的爱的这个軛下面来活出我们的生命。
In Jesus' name.
我们这么祷告是奉耶稣的名求。
Amen. Amen.